The Panthers just beat the Oilers in Game 3 and exposed them in the process. Games 1 and 2 was as close as it gets, with both going to overtime, but the Rat King even up this series at 1, and now the Panthers have taken a hold. Let's break down how Florida completely dismantled Edmonton in Game 3 and what it means for the rest of the series. So, strap in and sit down, and if you want to see the action in person, whether that's hockey or another live event, you gotta use SeatGeek. It's hands down the easiest way to find ticket deals with a simple 1 to 10 rating system, so you know if you're getting your money's worth. If you search up tickets and they come red, skip those tickets, look for the green tickets, those are the gems, and you should snatch those up right away. SeatGeek is giving you 15% off whether you're a new customer or not. If you've never been to an NHL playoff game, trust me, it's an unreal experience. The energy, the intensity, the speed, it's all next level. Before the Leafs went for their annual spring golfing lesson, I used SeatGeek on game day to grab some great last-minute deals, and the best part is it's not just for hockey. You can use SeatGeek for concerts, comedy shows, or any live event. Just make sure you use the code HOCKEY15 to get 15% off your next purchase, and click the link in our description down below to get the best seats in the house while scoring a great deal from SeatGeek. So, Game 3 is a go, and in Florida fashion, we got DJ Khaled kicking us off to get started. In both games so far, there's been an early goal, and not even a minute in, you've got to be kidding me. Bradley Marchand, off a broken play in front, the Rat King sniffs out the loose puck and gets the party started. It's good to know that Stuart Skinner is sponsored by Nemo here. You just keep swimming, gets caught in no man's land, and it's a wide open cage. 3 straight goals from Marchand in this series. I'm once again asking who the hell authorized this man to be a Florida Panther. Just a perfect fit with him being the Rat Pack leader. After his goal, the ref show would take over yet again. In Game 2, there were 11 penalties taken in the first period. This game, there were 7. Pure special teams battle, and Florida strikes first. Now, if you watched our Cup preview video, you know that one of the ways that teams have exposed the Oilers is using the bumper in between the +1 and triangle to change sides with the puck. So, in Game 3, you see Edmonton in that triangle +1 setup, and 93, who is Nugent Hopkins, is going to get a good jump at flexing out to take away the initial change of sides. But that bumper opens right up, and the triangle is nowhere to be found to take away that space. Nugent Hopkins takes the right route, but Florida's playing chess. Bumper over to Verhaeghe, and this guy picks a dust particle in the top corner to make it 2-0. The Oilers' PK on their run last year was unbelievable. This year, it's been an Achilles heel, and that triangle +1 is getting exposed. At the end of the period, the Oilers looked a bit tilted, and how could you not be? You're getting told by Brad Marchand to use your head after taking a bunch of penalties. That would royally piss off anyone. Brown and Mikkola are going at it. Mikkola's laughing him off the ice. Perry is mocking the Panthers, saying they're ducking, does his all-important turtle impression yet again. And the Oilers look out of sorts going into period 2, down by 2. However, there is some light at the end of the tunnel, and of course, it comes on the special teams. The Oilers get on the power play, and we see how they want to get Florida moving. Bouchard walks into the middle, and as soon as Marchand leaves the right side of the diamond to get in the lane to try and block it, that prompts Jones to take away Nugent Hopkins all alone on the left flank. But in turn, you leave the worm Corey Perry all alone. Now, he may be 912 years old, but the man's got hands of gold still. For some reason, the old guys are dominating this series, and the Oilers are only down by 1. But it wouldn't last for long. Alexander Barkov, the captain, as the F1, just sizes Klingberg up perfectly as he rounds the net, takes the route in front to cut him off, closes the gap, and angles him off so he skates right into stripes. Then it's just a classic Florida forecheck from that point on. F2 picks up the puck, bump back to Reinhart, and the finish. Klingberg is giving it to the ref, telling him to get the hell out of the way, but buddy, you skated right into him. 3-1, and here's where the game starts slipping away. Nobody in hockey is making more money game by game right now than Sam Bennett with his play, and here's a shift from hell. First, Puck Olsen thinks he can go right down the trolley tracks scot-free. No, think again. Sam Bennett with the hit stick sits him down, and then watch the support from every Panther on the way back. They just win every one-on-one battle on the wall. Puck Olsen must still be fuzzy up top as he tries to force a play in the middle. Turnover, B-Way, Sam Bennett. How about a little triple deke Charlie Conway style backhand, forehand, roof, 4-1, this is pretty much when the game was over, and then all the shenanigans start. AJ Greer takes Jake Wallman's glove and throws in the bench. So Wallman starts giving the Panthers bench a shower with his water bottle. Edmonton says, screw it, we're going into the muck with Florida. We don't care anymore. They're making guys eat cross-checks, taking penalties, and the second period ended with Corey Perry and Gadjevich in an all-time charades match. Just a total FU battle. It's 4-1, but Edmonton is playing in Florida's courtyard right now. When bad goes to worse in the third period, Stuart Skinner takes a delay game penalty, and then the Panthers use the bumper play again for this gorgeous goal. Chef kiss. What an execution. That right there for Stuart Skinner is the end. He gets the yank, and it starts to get out of hand. You had to see this coming with all the little things building up, but we get a line brawl after Frederick breaks his stick off of Bennett with the cross-check. Nurse and Gadjevich drop the gloves for what seemed like an eternity. Good on Nurse, because Gadjevich is a tough psychopath. Look at this man. He's nuts. Third period pretty much remained a circus. You got Oilers getting kicked out. Evander Kane gives a parting gift right to the face, and then at the buzzer, the Worm tries to get one last lick in. The Panthers spank the Oilers 6-1 and take Game 3 convincingly. Now let's talk about a few things that should absolutely concern the Oilers and terrify their fans, and that's the play of Sergei Bobrovsky. When the game was close in the first and the Oilers had some great looks on the power play, Bobrovsky made some huge saves. When he's on, his tracking and anticipation is the best in the world. He's seen through traffic, reading backdoor plays, and unless it's a tap-in or deflection, it seems like beating him is an overwhelming task. The other thing is the PK for the Panthers. The Oilers have taken advantage of aggressive penalty kills by spreading out and getting killers chasing in these playoffs. But the Panthers' PK has stayed connected and disciplined in their aggression. So a lot of the times, the Oilers are often on the perimeter looking for something to open up that just won't, because the Panthers aren't chasing. The only time the aggression really hits full tilt is off a broken play or Edmonton has their back to the middle of the ice. Look for Edmonton to also have a lot more movement in Game 4 off this adjustment. We'll see how that works out. Florida's going to have a response, of course. Lastly is how well Florida is defending the neutral zone. The Oilers want to carry with possession through the neutral zone and into the O zone, but the layers and gaps of Florida is suffocating Edmonton right now. Watch here as Draisaitl has no room to pick this puck up and wheel. There's just someone right in his grill. The Panthers 1-2-2, when they have the lead, is like running into a brick wall. Even with McDavid winding all the way back in his own zone, he may be able to beat one, but he ain't getting through all of them, and he gets rocked by Ekblad. Does a little cartoon fall too. This was the theme all night, and we see Florida do this so much against their opponent's best players. And when there's no room, you have no choice but to dump it in and earn that puck back on the forecheck. This is what's beautiful about Florida, because they force you to play their game, and they know that no one can do it better than them. The Oilers, they can forecheck really well, but it's not their bread and butter. And as long as Florida keeps the neutral zone a layered wall of frustration, the Oilers' best players can't cook in the way they prefer. Finally, as well, was the discipline of Edmonton. 3 O-zone penalties, a too-many-men penalty. Florida was basically imposing their game on Edmonton all night long. I know people say they lost their cool, and yeah, they did, but I also didn't mind sending a message for the next game. But at the same time, Edmonton just got completely unraveled near the end of the game, and you can tell this is the game that Florida wants to play. They are totally comfortable in this style of game. All along, Florida wants to get Edmonton in the muck and keep them there, and in this game, that's exactly what they did, and it ended up being a gigantic spanking on behalf of the Panthers. So let us know your thoughts down below. Big thanks to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. Check them out in the description down below, and also check out some of our other breakdowns here. We're doing it for every Cup Final game, so make sure you turn on notifications and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a thing.